be hopefully joined soon by the other Matts and probably Teddy. I'm joined by the hive mind of the MWM crew. Let's see. We have this video is paused due to problems with your system. Okay, don't know why. We got Matt 3, we got Ken, we got Jim, we got Chris, we got Gavin, we got Grant, all here in the Google Meets. We got the old Facebook on. I got Facebook on, where we all started 200 years ago. No, 200 episodes ago. So, we are so excited. 200, can't believe it. So, hopefully soon we'll be joined by the guys.
Congratulations.
So, thank you all. Really, really excited. So, I'm going to start off with, why is it saying we're having trouble with our network? One of my sons trying to stream upstairs. So,
It sounds real choppy.
It's probably me. No, it's probably me. The internet here blows chunks, so.
Huh?
all
You
right.
mean down in Union?
Yeah.
How about this? Off of Amazon the other day after a recommendation by Scott Wadico from IPMS Gateway. They are acrylic paint markers. There are
Like it?
54 of them in there. There are metallics. There are all different other colors and all that. Lots of shades of gray for Jim. Okay. I took these to my students. My students love these. They are painting their
Oh my
models
goodness.
now and loving it.
Yeah.
So, bought this for 15 bucks.
15?
$15.
Wow.
Nice.
All right.
Holy.
Are they? What kind of paint is it?
It's
Acrylic?
acrylic paint. So, acrylic
So
paint.
you're saying the
So-
AK $100 set overpriced?
Yeah,
Well-
I was just gonna say, Chris.
What? No.
So,
And they don't even have 54 markers.
all right. So, I bought those, and then the other day, we happened to be by Schaefer Hobby in St. Louis, and bought 3 AK ones to do a little compare and contrast. I got rubber black. I got interior green, United States, and I got RAF cockpit gray green. Okay, to give those a try. So, hello,
Yeah,
there's
I
Teddy.
want to know what you're.
The
Anyone else
I've
here
used
tonight?
the AK rubber black and some of the other ones, and I
Matt
really,
is
really like it.
possibly on his way.
Their
So-
set's
So it's
$100.
okay if I stay here?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Chris?
the big
Yeah.
difference,
Oh.
size of the tube. The AK1 is thicker. Okay. I do believe. Let's see. Yeah, brush tip for the AK. The acrylic one comes with a brush tip. Let's see there. But then on the other side, it's got
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot thinner one. Let's put it right there.
Yeah.
So,
What is it?
it's a
It's a dual land marker.
yeah, dual end marker with acrylic paint in it. I did recommend my students to shake it before they'd use
Big
it.
fat brush on one end, very thin.
So, we're gonna give those a try. Like I said, my
You are
kids love
really
them.
cutting out, Matt.
Well, it's me. Matter of fact, I'm actually gonna jump off here. So, yeah.
Jim, you're not
my-
cutting out.
No.
Jim, how are you? How are you having an effect on? How are you having an effect on Matt's system?
Because it's pausing all the videos in my thing.
It's over here too.
But you're not on Matt's system, unless you're saying that's your network provider, internet provider down there.
Well,
Jim just froze.
I think what it is that I'm running
Jim's going.
Facebook video and this and streaming it to YouTube. So it might be me being the problem.
Some bandwidth, some serious bandwidth.
Well, okay. So you're loading down your network end then.
Right.
And your son just bought a game on Xbox and he's downloaded it.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is playing games also right now. He's
Okay.
playing Fortnite.
Oh.
Oh,
That
how many
might be a
computers? All my computers want to do an update today. They just downloaded a mess update. Well, anyway, so yeah, I bought 2 of those from Mark Twain Mall, Mark Twain Hop for about $4, and then Amazon has them for $3.99.
Uh-huh.
The difference is Amazon, even with Prime, you're paying like $10 shipping and handling for a $3.99 marker
Ooh.
Ah.
on the AKs. And like this says, it's $109 for their set.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is it the same kind of paint in both?
Oh no, that's good.
That's why I'm gonna do the test on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because I thought the AK ones were like lacquer or something like that.
No, they're supposed to be
So-
acrylic.
Yeah, there
They might have both versions.
Ooh, okay, yeah, okay.
I'd buy
I'm sorry.
I would buy 2 sets of the other ones before I buy a $99 set of the.
Yeah.
But for things like tire black,
right.
aircraft wheels, man, way faster and better.
Right.
Yeah, and this the aluminum, the real colors. This is great for like oleo struts. Works. I
Yeah.
tried that. Like,
Yep.
wow, that's awesome for that.
I'm sorry, Chris. You're right. Just because it says acrylic doesn't mean it's acrylic from brand to brand.
Yeah, I don't know though. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, I know what you mean. It could be like,
I like them, and like Ken was saying, yeah, the black and that aluminum is that's got some really nice possibilities.
yes, just speed. Like, imagine like around an air, like a landing gear or flap where you have that red.
Yeah.
You know, you could just put the tip in there and go around.
That's it. Yeah. And it doesn't leave brush strokes like a regular
Yeah.
brush.
All right.
So
Let's see. Does that improve it? Let's see. Got on face. Or let's see. We got people saying hi. They say it's really glitchy tonight, but I think I just took care of that. And it still says.
You did. You sound better now.
Okay.
yeah, but he's all blurred out, pixelated,
Oh,
and it doesn't even look like that in the background.
Oh,
It sounds
Well, that's Teddy in the background.
that's Teddy. That's the teddy bear. Oh, the top right spray booth. Okay, let's disconnect that.
Yeah. Did you change your resolution, Matt?
he just froze.
Yeah.
All right. See if that changes
That's the
anything.
200th episode. Somebody knows this is the 200th episode, Matt.
I know.
notice this what?
All right. There we go.
That sounds good.
Now. There we go.
You think after 200 you could do this, but I guess not.
I know. It's every week. Every week it's something a new challenge. Well, hello.
Well, Gavin,
hello,
we're using a
George.
Google product now.
Hello, Manny the person and Hazelnut. Okay. So we have
Nothing
that,
wrong with
and
Hazelnut.
Congratulations on the 200 episode. Yep. Thank you all.
Greek.
Yes. Greek worship. Hopefully tonight get a little more done on it. I was hoping to take it to Moscow. So
All right.
hoping.
I
We'll see.
think that might be Matt.
That's,
Or somebody.
that's this weekend, right?
What are you
Oh, there
taking
we go.
about,
Everybody
Murphy?
else has gotten better now. I killed the Facebook feed. That's what happened. So
Oh,
Your resolution's still bad, but your voice is not lagging anymore.
okay.
a little bit, but the video it's jerky, and it's out of, and it's blurry.
Yeah, you
Like
can
it's-
see it when I'm moving.
Like it's 480 640 resolution.
Now, okay. Okay, George says way better. Awesome. So we're good there. So Teddy, how you doing?
Doing all right.
What you working on?
The Gundam Battle Lord.
Nice. To say, since the last time you were here, I built 2 of them.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah,
2.
yeah, they're in the
Which
case
one?
over there. So
Gundam guy wants to see it.
let's see. I thought I had them in there. But what? Uh-oh, where'd they go? They ran
flew
away. They're like little humans.
Oh, the Gundam, yeah. Oh,
Favorite puppet?
Yeah, you know.
Hey, Matt?
From a specific YouTube show?
Let's just hope. Oh, look at that. He got clear now.
Yeah. Slight improvement in picture quality.
I wonder if he's ever going to build. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I gotta show Matt 3 over here because he's the
Press
Gundam
the
guy.
turbo button on the PC
We
and
have a
now
Matt
it's gonna
3
hang it.
now? Guess we have Matt 3.
We've had a Mat 3 for practically a year, but I've been very sparse in my visits, and I do apologize.
Yeah. There's that
Yeah,
one
yeah, that's the
done.
one I sent you.
Yep, and then I got that one done.
You taking those to Moscon?
Am. That's the plan.
What else you taking?
Let's see. I don't know yet. I gotta see if I can get some other stuff done.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, you know why it was so clear when they walked away? It's using a frame-to-frame kind of matching thing. If nothing changes, it leaves it. And then when people start moving,
Yeah, man.
it has to do down.
Yeah.
So, I'm very proud of
I
my
would DD
hats.
up and down.
That's nice.
Also, I like the way the thing kind of displays your name here.
How much effort
It looks like it says Christ.
I use my
When you look close, it says Chris L.
Oh, fun. Yes.
Yeah.
It's far from it.
That's good.
It's a good set. There we go. There we go.
I don't know, man. You're avionics in the sandbox, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
All right. George says you need to tell Matt 3 he has discovered a Gundam only store near him called Rypla Built. RHYPLA. He has
Rypla?
close to 200
Oh,
high
Rypla.
grade built in his store in a display case.
Wow.
where is
Really
that?
cool.
At? Where's that at?
Australia.
Oh,
Let's go. Road trip.
Road trip. There we go.
road
Road trip. Where are we going? Let's go.
Let's go to
On the way
Australia.
back.
Neat road, so we're going.
Which is the one that Ted said he's working on.
Tell you what you need
I
to be
didn't
working on?
see it.
Perfect Strike Freedom from the Battle
Oh,
Log.
nice.
Yeah.
Yep, I know the one. I've got it in stock.
Gotcha. Yes, Matt is our Gundam guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
So,
never seen the show. I just like building the kits.
yeah. He hasn't seen the
Um,
show, or he started to see
Yeah,
the show.
I mean,
There's
essentially,
a show?
I've caught a handful of episodes from a few different series, and I mean, they're fine and all, but the kits are where it's at.
There's a show, a Gundam show?
yeah.
So the Gundam franchise started in like the very early 80s. It's one of the oldest anime and longest running because I think the newest one just released earlier this year. So there are countless hundreds and hundreds of available kits from all the different series.
I don't
Is
watch.
Robotech part of that?
I don't watch a lot of TV, so I have no clue.
Is Robotech part of the old Gundam world?
I think
It
I
is
No.
not.
started this.
You can ask Matt one about Robotech.
Yeah. And Jim, but no, Robotech is a separate world in Unity.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I used to watch back in the 80s, I think it was 80s, 90s, Star Blazers. Where
Yeah.
the Yamato comes out of the ground.
Yep.
I thought that was totally cool. Which is kind of that genre as well, but
Right.
Japanese anime of the time.
Yes. Oh, come on. Voltron. Come on. That's
Yes. See, I mean, I don't know where all the lines blur, but I'm not into Gundam, but they all seem to me similar.
Yes. The same kind of style.
Yes. And then video game wise, you had all those Mech Warrior games and all that kind of stuff, which kind of sort of similar, but
Right. Well, then you have BattleTech.
yeah.
Yeah,
that was it.
Battletech and Mech Warrior are the same, different
Yeah.
names for the same thing.
Right. George goes Robotech, aka the Super Dimension Fortress Macross.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I think my insecure super glue has gone off, and it's all thick, chunky.
Instantly cured.
Yes, it finally cured.
That sucks.
Speaking of super glue, that's a question I was going to ask tonight.
Okay.
What do people recommend? Because there's all this Bob's or whatever, or I don't know. Like I had to glue my rear canopy or whatever with Loctite super glue, and it was making me so nervous because I was worried about fog, right? But then I heard there's all these anti-fog super glues, and it's somebody up on Amazon, and he makes what's that stuff you put on there to make it dry super fast?
Kicker?
What's that?
This is a foam set.
Yeah. So
Kicker.
what
This is
brand do
good
you guys?
class.
Yeah, kicker. Yeah.
I got it right here too.
What's that brand?
Yeah,
Let me join the crowd.
What's
Oh,
the
wait,
brand called?
wait.
This is
Accelerator
Smith and-
Instaset.
Yeah.
Mine's from Mark Twain.
Mine-
Mine's
This
from
is Zap.
Schaefer's. It's the same bottle.
Yeah.
What's the company?
Mark Twain.
Instaset.
Mark Twain.
Arms Keeper?
Arms
Yeah.
Keeper, but it's Bob Smith Industries
Yes, that's
Ooh.
right.
because it's the same glue as this one.
Okay.
And they have several like versions of the glue itself. Some won't fog, some will, whatever.
Yeah.
I use the CA and accelerator from Hobby Lobby,
Okay.
and I don't have any
Yeah.
qualms with it.
Now,
But I don't
tell
like that. I don't like that squirt top. I use a pipette.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
all you do here is you just unscrew this, right? And you got a little drop there, and you just touch it.
What about can you put it into something like this? I bought these.
You'd be able to, yeah.
I was going to say, Chris, you get like 50 of these bottles for $10 on Amazon, and you're right, they got a little nozzle on there, and I put, so you just drip, just like
Yeah,
you.
okay. So Bob Smith Industries or the Hobby Lobby. And it's either called Kicker or Accelerator, right?
Yeah, CA
So-
accelerator.
So, Chris, their website is www.bsi-inc.com.
BSI.inc.com.
Yeah.
Dash.
Yeah, bsi-inc.com.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Now,
See? Hive minds, man.
You want to test it on something first because most CAs fog. They'll fog, and what people do to keep it from fogging is dip the canopy in Future.
Yeah.
yep.
I don't
So,
really want to use it on glass, but
Yeah. If you use Kicker too, you'll definitely get fogging.
Oh, that's good enough. Go ahead, Matt. What do you say?
now, story on this. Okay, I was using liquid super glue, not gel, but liquid, and it ran into my cuticle of my thumb. And
Sorry.
I hit some kicker on it accidentally. It is an
Yeah, that's gotta
exothermic
hurt.
reaction, and it was
Yes,
like
it
my
is.
thumb was on fire.
Brother, it's hot.
Yeah.
Brother,
Yes.
it's hot.
Sticking
Like
your
hot,
thumb in a
hot.
Bunsen burner.
Yeah.
That sounds.
But you
So-
know what? It's not. You know what? It's not hot enough to melt plastic in small amounts.
Correct.
You know,
Now-
the same thing happens to me when my accelerator gets on my hand.
Now, another option you can do, Chris, and I got this at Michael's. This is UV resin. Knock, knock. Hey, there he is.
That's a good. I like that plan.
So
That one.
UV resin,
Yep.
black light. It cures through the glass. It doesn't fog.
UV, what is it called? I can't see your camera.
UV
It's-
resin, UV glue.
UV glue.
UV glue.
Now you use that for putting on canopies?
I've done it for canopies. Like if I'm doing like a big one, it's got a real long seam line. Like say like a, we'll say B17 nose.
And there's
I
a
would
UV
put
light.
this on it, hit it with the black light, and it's cured in like seconds.
Yeah. And you don't just tack it on. I mean, well, I don't mean tack on temper. I mean just use a couple little drops at like the compass points to put on a big canopy like that.
I could.
Yep.
So-
Knocking stuff.
Well,
So I'm already knocking stuff.
So
And you can get a UV light that got off the Amazon. I think I paid like $9 for this.
Harbor
Yeah.
Freight.
I'm here 5 minutes.
Whoa, that's way too much.
Harbor Freight has got those cheap too.
right.
Yeah.
So that's what I also use.
Julian, how much did you spend on Photo Etch?
I don't spend anything on Photo Etch anymore.
You know, I say that, and I'm looking at this thing right here.
Hey, Gavin, I think he's made that change since episode 199.
Yes. George says he uses MIG Ammo Ultra Glue for clear parts.
Hey, yeah, I got that too. Yeah, it's actually pretty durable. You can use it to fill gaps as well.
He also says don't use kicker when gluing liquid gravity stuff. You will melt your model. I guess the kicker and the tungsten kind of interact with each other.
Oh, I gotta try that out.
So I got Bob Smith Industries, I've got UV glue and MIG Ammo Ultra Glue.
Yes.
Which one's your most used?
You're telling me this evergreen canopy glue is not the choice of modelers then, huh?
I use the
Or when
canopy
in doubt-
glue.
I have this micro crystal clear and it
Yeah,
works.
this stuff.
There you go. Man, yeah, okay.
Pretty strong, though.
That as well.
I use evergreen. Evergreen, baby.
Evergreen canopy glue?
Hey,
Yep.
Jordan's here.
Hey,
Jordan.
Yeah,
I was wondering who that was.
Up here. It's like $4 $4 from Evergreen. I guess I got this at Mark Twain hobby.
There's other stuff that Mark Twain gave me. I can't remember the name of it, but it's in a small white bottle with a skinny tip with like a flip cap that comes on a little cord, and I can't remember, but I've been using that for a while too. And that stuff, it takes a little while for it to dry, but when it dries, that photo etch isn't moving.
Is it?
I can't remember the name of it.
Oh,
I'll have to
Did
send
you
a
have a
picture.
kid, Jordan?
Say that again?
Did you have your baby?
No, not yet. Any minute, any second.
Oh.
whoa. Chris, did you ask him if he had his baby?
Well, last time he had his, he wasn't going to go to Moscow because he was expecting the baby or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I
is this
can't.
a biological feature of men now, or what is that going on
His
here?
wife.
Hey, you gotta get with the times, man.
I have to stay close because I'm the one who gets her to the hospital. So
Yeah.
I'm
That's
so
probably more
bummed.
important.
I'm
understand.
so sad.
It's
Oh,
slightly
oh.
more important than the
Your
hospital.
wife is going to have a baby, not you.
Correct. But I
Okay,
want to go to Moscow.
we'll go.
The
I
baby
can't.
Hospitals at Moscon.
Too far away. I gotta be with my wife.
Women have been having babies for a million years. Moscow's only been around for what, 10?
He might come home to all this crap in the front yard, though.
Hey.
I will be so divorced.
You have to cut the Mustang in half.
For modeling. And more money.
Over my dead body.
No, it's not that.
I'm taking the rear end. I worked on this.
Worse, more potential for more money.
Oh, jeez. Back to work.
So,
Hey, Matt and guys going to Moscow. Do you see anything cool that Jordan would like? Please get it.
Someone get that man. Someone get that man a T-72 or a T-80.
I've got
Bring
the
him down to
T-72
earth.
Well, since his modeling time is going to be pretty much nil since he's going to have a newborn, you might want to make sure that model's like comes in 2 pieces or fewer.
I get more time than most people think. I'm actually pretty fortunate
yeah.
because my kid's like in her movie phase right now.
What I'm
And
hearing
my
is I
wife
need to
is
steal the
so
models
pregnant
off
that
of the
she
other people's
can't-
stations for him to work on.
My wife can't move, so I just get to be in the basement after after the kiddo goes to sleep.
Gotcha.
Well, that's kind of what we're talking about. Is hopefully your youngin will sleep through the night, but
Yeah. If not, I can always model. So
yeah, get him used to smelling those glue fumes early, right?
correct. Does anyone have a World War One 148 kit they want to let go of, with like a photo etched Edward kit or something?
How much? Well, you want someone to let go of an Edward kit, huh?
Not like a wing kit. I've never built a World War One plane, and I figured that'd be something I'd like to maybe accomplish with rigging and everything this summer.
Oh, a glutton for punishment.
Well, I had a couple, but then I sold them all at MouseCon last year because I was like, oh, I'm never gonna get around to them. And Scott Wadeko loves World War One planes, so he took a bunch of them. And now I'm over here like, well, I kind of want to build one now.
Yeah.
What's that company that made the really expensive ones?
Wingnut.
Wingnut.
Yeah.
I got a Fokker DR1 from Wingnut Wings.
No, I don't want that big. I just want 148.
Oh.
I don't deserve wingnuts because there's dudes out there that love World War One planes way more than me who deserve it more than I do.
You got to go to Old Rhinebeck Aerodrome, and you will develop an appreciation for them and see them flying around. They're the coolest thing.
Okay, so we know what your higher limit is, Jordan. What's your lower limit?
What do you mean?
Like something like this?
Yeah, is it 148?
Matt?
It is.
What do you
That's
think?
148.
Is that 148?
Yeah, I got that kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried
The
that.
block site, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring
Well,
it to-
I can't
bring
remember
it-
where I got it.
Bring it to Matt at MossCon, and then I'll figure a way to pay you like we usually figure
Oh
it
hell
out.
no! I'm keeping this. I'm going to build this. I was just wondering if this is
Well, then fine.
That's free World War One.
That's right. I was just wondering if that's your lower limit.
No,
Because it's a lifelike hobby kit.
Yeah, that was first put out by Pyro.
Oh God.
there was one on the auctions this weekend. It was an Edward kit, but it was a German World War II early biplane, and I can't remember the name of it. I think it was like an Ava, an AVA, or AVRA.
Oh yeah, it's a Czechoslovakian.
Yeah, I want
Avia.
that. I want that.
You want an Avia? I'll send
Yeah.
you one. I
You
got
got
one. I
one?
got an Edward, but it's not 148. It's 172nd.
No, keep it. That'll be all out of. That'll throw my scales out of whack. But I appreciate it.
This guy's jonesing for a World War One kit, but can't be wing up wings. Can't be anything other than 48.
Well, I don't deserve wingnut, dude. I've seen Scott showed me a wingnut before, and it's just like, wow, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
I gotta rip it all
I'm
off.
waiting
quit
for
making them too, right?
That's really painful.
Wasn't it the guy that made Target or whatever? Movies?
Peter Jackson was the guy that owned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were actually getting subsidized by the New Zealand government, and then when COVID hit, they stopped getting subsidized, and then they just closed up the shop.
Well, I heard somebody was firing that back up again, though.
Well, Kotari's the one that it took all those guys that work there, and they
Yeah.
went off their own company.
I thought the Collins Foundation was putting something forward on that.
And I got my pre-order for the Messerschmitt VF-109K that they're doing a release any day now.
Ooh.
It is Spitfire, right?
No, it's a Messerschmitt.
Spitfire.
Oh yeah, they have
No, I think their
Spitfire.
first name was a Spitfire.
Yeah, Mark 1 Spitfire, and then they got the
Yeah.
Mark 2, and then they got the
I heard
Mark
they're
5.
amazing.
Yeah, they are.
They're gonna
Vandy 1's in the process of restoration right now.
You don't even get any aftermarket for it. They're just pieces of art. All the details there in the cockpit that you really need.
So that's why you need a cockpit mask so you don't mess it up.
That's true. Cockpit masks are necessary. Canopy mask.
Alright.
So,
Jordan
Hey,
said,
Ken,
let's see.
message me
Jordan
the name of
says
that
Jordan
plane.
needs to try the Airfix 148 Tiger Moth or Bulldog. Both recent tools.
Yeah. There you go.
Tiger Mom.
Yeah. He says Peter Jackson also has a biplane collection in in a museum. Most of them fly.
Most of them.
yeah, they are flying aircraft. like a living museum.
Yeah.
That's what Rhinebeck is in upstate New York. It's a living museum. They fly the planes that they have on display. When I was in the RC, we used to go there every September. They had a big World War I jamboree, and they would fly the contest in the morning till the afternoon, and then 2 o'clock they'd have an air show there. It was the coolest.
Very cool.
Yeah, those wingnut wings kits are amazing, but I'd like to have one, but I'm not going to spend $300 on a 48 scale airplane.
Is that what they cost?
That's how
at
much
minimum.
they had a dealer at West September, and that's usually how we're going, about $300.
It's
At the club.
$942 for the HBH B52 and 148 that's fully done to the bone.
Yeah, that thing is
Build a house.
fiberglass, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the X71, or the X70 I'd buy, the Valkyrie, it's 148, and I've seen it at 400. And
That
then
one could be 36.
the Concorde is for sale here in St. Louis on Facebook Marketplace for 500 through HPH models.
Wow.
Wow. They're
I've been talking the
148.
guy down for 2 years. I said, I'll give you $300. He's like, can't do it. I was like,
Yeah.
message me when you can.
These are 148
Yeah.
B52.
They're one-off by HPH models. They're crazy. Like 3 to 4 years development, and then they complete prints. They come on, the instructions come on an interactive CD-ROM. It's great. They're crazy. Look them up.
Where did you put that though?
Remember
Who
that
cares? We have
48
a
scale
148 scale back
B36?
Yeah, you put one out, Gavin. Yeah. Was that it?
Yeah, there's the same company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
If I'm going to spend that much, I'm going to buy a 350 scale Ford class or something.
yeah. I think I will eventually get that fourth class. It'll be a while.
The aircraft carrier,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's the one by Trumpeter.
Yep.
yeah. Problem is, you'd have to buy freaking $100 extra in air wing crap.
Yeah.
Because they want to give you five. They want to give you 5 Hornets.
Go up to 3D Wild and buy them.
Yeah,
I want their Midway as well.
yeah, I do. Yeah.
I love that shit. So. Yeah, I think I'll later in this year. So what, Matt? What's the second half of the year group build?
Discontinued.
Oh, discontinued.
Yeah. Since you've been gone. So,
Oh,
So kits that are no longer in production, can't find on the shelves, have to find third party.
no,
So Wingnut Wings?
the company that was being represented is no longer in business. Or has been
Oh.
assumed. So, like,
So
you
we
can
were
do
just
like
talking
a...
about.
So, a Plymouth Prowler. Because Plymouth no longer exists.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, I thought you were saying the build was discontinued.
Does, oh my gosh.
Are we talking about wingnuts?
No.
No,
uh,
no, no, no.
So basically what you're saying is every single German World War II subject I can do is fine.
Yeah.
let's see.
Still
Well,
around.
Yeah, I was gonna say Henschel's still around. But MAN, I can do MAN.
They're still around.
Mesh,
Oh, actually? Oh wait,
Oh,
that's
Yeah,
just
it makes
the
them.
I forgot they make sense.
Messerschmitt is EADS.
What if we got bought out like McDonnell Douglas?
right. You can do McDonnell Douglas because McDonnell Douglas no longer exists. But if it says Boeing on it, you can't because it's still around.
Yeah, their drawings exist because I use them on a daily basis.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, Boeing owns them, but I deal with McDonnell Douglas specs and drawings every day.
Wow.
Yeah. My condolences.
Yeah. Thanks. They're very wordy drawings.
Yeah, but McDonnell Douglas was able to get airplanes out manufacturing into the air, weren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a slam.
And with Boeing, you know, when one door closes, another one opens.
They just won some contract today. from Trump being over there in the Middle East.
That's right. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
160. Yeah, it was like 160 aircraft to Qatar.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they get the F-47, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boeing's first fighter that they've designed since like
World War
what was the
II.
last one?
That they haven't fought.
I think the P-26.
I'll believe it when
Yeah,
I
the
see.
P-26 hit the pea shooter.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
It'll be a while before you see it. Trust me.
I still think more about the B-20 Raider.
B-21.
Yeah.
P-21.
I read a story about the B-21 that apparently 4 or 5 of them were already built and that they had to use them. They're ready to go.
Well,
I believe it.
you guys can talk about that all you want, but I'm over here just in my own little world, excited for the Russian checkmate.
That video you posted of those Polish MiG-29s is awesome.
Yeah, George tagged me at that at like 4:30 in the morning when I was getting ready to go to the gym, and I watched it maybe like 10 minutes before he tagged me in it when I was getting ready to go to the gym to start my day, and I thought that was kind of funny.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
What was
But those
that?
are Polish, weren't they?
Yeah, they're Polish.
What's this about the Polish?
No,
Go
go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead, Jordan.
George tagged me in a video that was on YouTube from the Polish Air Force of some of their fighter pilots in their MiG-29 Volcrams, and they're very talented pilots, by the way. And it's on the page, it's on the group page if you want to check it out. But I was just telling you, because I watched it, and then like less than 7 or 8 minutes later, George tagged me, and it was 4:30 in the morning our time. So I thought that was kind of funny. We're both thinking about MiG-29s at opposite ends of the earth. The world is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I thought their whole like outfit, the hangars, the planes, they all look really good and taken care of. And
No, like they synchronated. That's the wrong word. They synced all the lighting to the music in the hangars at the beginning of the video, which I thought that was really cool. And they did a lot of really low-level flying, which was neat because I think the MiG-29 is gorgeous. Other than it's smoking like crazy, like all Russian aircraft do, but it's let polygons be polygons, right?
I think one of the coolest things is countries from the old Soviet bloc that have retained old Soviet equipment and integrated them into NATO. So like you see MiGs with HGM-88s with arms, or there used to be a couple MiG-21s.
Brazilian fullbacks that are just ancient.
Really, the Su-34 is really that ancient nowadays?
Dude, most of the Russian Air Force is pretty ancient except for the Su-57, but the Russians, I think, always play a little bit of a sleight hand. And the one that they brought to the air show in India this summer, they got ripped apart because of the build quality for it technically supposing to be a stealth aircraft. And I think Russia did that on purpose. Let's send one that looks...
It was a demonstration, not a production vehicle.
Yeah. But I guarantee you they've left it like that on purpose. You always want to, be the underdog.
I mean, whenever we play war games against other countries or whatever, we always do terrible, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. I just wish we could get along with Russia, not
Also, I heard most of the stuff
that,
Fed ate.
see what kind of fighter we
Except it
build
sounds
together.
a little loose, but it's alright.
It would be
Easy to take more shots to the head.
You know, if you think about it, Jordan,
Knock some sense
our Air Force is kind of ancient too. I mean,
our
our teams make up majority of the.
Good practice for football.
The cool thing about our military, though, is our ability to regenerate aircraft in a short period of time. Meaning, our military, our boneyard, by law through Congress, 62.5%. I have to recheck the boneyard book that I have, but 62.5% of the aircraft that are in the boneyard in Tucson have to be able to be flight ready in less than 5 days. And that's from decocooning to system checks to avionics to delivery.
I mean, they're all covered out there, aren't they? Except for all the ones that
Yeah,
will
they
never,
seal them up pretty
never
good.
ever be.
Yeah.
I was just there.
deactivated.
I was just there like a month and a half ago. Yeah, all the canopies are covered up white. They use white tape and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I
a,
remember reading a story about that stuff they use.
it's a designed resin, and then each airframe can spend, I think, up to 5 to 7 years in regenerative active flight status, and then after that it goes to repurpose, so it's stripped for parts, and then whatever's left is smelted.
They just
That's
put
why
2D1
that's,
in.
right now we're regenerating the B-52s for the new series, which is absolutely incredible. If you get a chance to look up some of the videos of the regeneration process that they're doing on the B-52s in Alabama, because they're literally taking them apart in Tucson, loading them onto 18-wheelers, trucking them all the way to Alabama to, was it Dover?
Yeah.
That's probably, is that right?
Yeah.
And then that's where they're getting rebuilt and regenerated. And
Yeah,
it's,
they're getting new
Paint
engines too.
yeah,
Yep. Rolls Royce engines.
yeah, Rolls Royce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey Jordan, what did Germany do with those MiG-29s they got when they unified with East Germany? They had some MiG-29s for a while. Did they sell those, or they still got them?
I think most of them went to Poland, and I think a couple went to museums. 2 of them are on a tarmac abandoned in I can't the state here in the States that were picked up by one of the companies that likes to do like the fighter pilot experience or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they had trouble with the paperwork or whatever, the federal government, so they've been sitting there abandoned for years.
So bad.
There's some
now-
U.S. company that flies adversary, like they're an actual company that they as a contractor for the U.S. military. So it's
Yeah.
former U.S. military pilots, and I think they have some MiG-29s as well.
There's also a group in Las Vegas, Nevada, that is a civilian group that owns 6 flyable F-16s for their fighter pilot experience. And now you can buy an F-16.
There you go.
There's a place down in the middle of Florida near Kennedy Space Center called Starfighters, and they let you fly F-104s.
That's insane.
104?
No thanks, I'll pass.
No,
Yeah,
Did you fly the pencil death machine?
I'll fly
And last year they went up to Oshkosh, which actually just got done with, still going on. Last year they were going up to Oshkosh, and on their return flight they flew over where I live. And I was outside, I was cleaning my car, and I heard this low whistle. It's like, what the hell is that? I go in the house, get something, come back out, I still hear it slightly louder, getting louder in pitch. And then as soon as I look up, there's just 2 F-104 starfighters, at least
Whoa.
probably 1,500 AGL across the ground, screaming by
Nice.
nowhere, Illinois, USA. And if you've never heard a J79, oh my gosh, it is an experience.
You know, Gavin, I really like the F-104 in War Thunder, and I do hear it all the time. Yes, thank you for asking.
I wish it was 1947 so I could just hop on down to Tucson and pick up a brand new factory fresh P-51D or a P-38 for like
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan, if you got kind of cast by a P-51, you wouldn't drive. You just fly your F-4 Corsair down there.
boy would I showed you guys my license plate for the Mustang, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you posted it.
No, I'm getting center caps, and they're going to be the Hamilton logo that goes on the propellers for the P-51.
Oh, man. Nice.
That's cool, dude.
That's a
It'll
classic.
have- It'll have
We should go
subtle,
around the horn on that.
it'll have subtle touches until I do the bigger engine swap.
Sorry, I'm looking through the group for that video, and I saw George Hobbies posting the one about only man to shoot down 3 enemy planes in last 40 years. Wrong.
Maverick? Oh.
Maverick is the middle, and the bottom is what's his name from
Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle. Yeah. Yeah.
You have the right playlist, and you're good to go, man.
Were there really no aces from Desert Storm?
Nope.
Nobody
Iron
throws up enough fight. That's the problem.
The only kill the F-14 ever got in Desert Storm was a MiL-8 helicopter, I think.
Hey, that's a kill.
There's one Air
No
Force
skill.
pilot that got 2 kills, an F-15 pilot got 2 kills. He was the most in Desert Storm.
That plane.
They just don't fly because they're afraid. Yeah.
Who was it?
They
Rick
don't have
Easley?
the training to do. So, now, if we got in a war with Russia, that'd be a different story. Or China. I think China would be tougher than Russia.
Well, they got
I don't
India.
know. I think China's a
India had
paperweight.
4 J-17 shot down and two Rafaels or whatever in the recent Pakistan debacle.
It's still TBD. Okay.
Yeah.
I think some of them got shot down, yes.
Yeah. Something.
But who knows? Did they shoot each other like the same side by accident when you got all that crap up in the sky, you know? And,
Well, you know,
we
we
did-
go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say they did get you see they got the newest Chinese missile hit the ground intact in India. It landed. One of them landed the PL-15 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It didn't go off. It didn't.
Some quality
explode.
control issues.
Yeah, and it landed in India, and there was a video of it. It's it's cracked here and there, but it's like, hello, thank
Yeah,
you.
it's pretty much intact.
Well, the CIA will be with you shortly.
Yes, they're on their way, probably.
DARPA wants to know your location.
Yeah, we probably had some satellites retasked over there, but I tell you what, if we had the SR-71, we'd have known within minutes of what the hell was going on.
Aurora, baby.
Also would have been shot down in a couple of minutes.
No, I don't think so. I think that thing is still fast enough and high enough.
Shoot it down.
It was faster than a bullet.
I'm pretty sure the S-400's missiles are, quote, fast enough, quote.
I think that S-400 was so much hype, and Ukraine war shut that hype down.
Well, I thought that's what it was. I thought it was all the S-400s and 300s Patriot systems. Those are the things that are getting all the air-to-air kills in Ukraine.
Yeah, but
They're not.
apparently the S-4. I mean, before that war started, everyone feared the S-400, and would the F-22 or the F-35 be detected and knocked down? And Israel's flown tons of flights over Syria and with their F-35, and I just don't see the S-400. You know, I feel like it's typical Russian. It's the greatest thing in the world, and then when it happens, it's either poor training or they spent the money on vodka versus spare parts or whatever the grift is. It ruins their might.
Yeah, or some maintainer siphoned off the alcohol in the thing.
Yeah. Corruption is what's killing it. I think the Russian equipment could be good, but when you don't maintain it, all the American aircraft. You look up any F-15, F-16. It tells you like how much it flies versus how much maintenance it needs. I'm sure theirs are the same too. But when you don't pay for that or train the mechanics or whatever, and then you go to war and you get your ass kicked and you should be kicking their ass, that's what happens. So.
And there's talk that the same thing happens in China. So.
Oh yeah, I've heard the exact same thing. Like their admirals or business people that pay to become an admiral and things like that. Yes,
China is all on paper. I'll say that.
I agree with you. Like, you've got, like, I've heard stories of troops in the field where they don't have enough ammo. They shoot their guns maybe once a year, compared to, like, Marines or Army who do this all the time, Because that's what it really comes down to. You got great equipment, but if you don't train, and it's expensive to train.
You also got a lot of their armies conscripted, are they not?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I think Desert Storm and the Iraq War proved that conscripts are not an effective way to.
Well, they sent some Chinese over to Ukraine and they're just getting destroyed.
So I also have to wonder about the quality of their manufacturing. I mean, we've been steadily increasing our ability to manufacture things like nuclear power plants and aircraft carriers, etc. stealth jets. The question is, so China's all of a sudden within the last 2 decades is got that ability that took us 50 years to get to.
Yeah.
A labor force that can't hardly put out anything better than Japanese post World War II.
Can you imagine being a Navy sub captain in the U.S. Navy on the Pacific Ocean, stationed there, waiting for a Taiwanese-Chinese war to pop up, so you can be the guy that sinks their new aircraft carrier with your, Virginia-class sub, sneaking up on it and popping a couple holes in it.
I tell you, if there's anybody that knows what the capability of China is, it's that guy right there.
Yeah, well, and they're just like,
Yeah.
I mean, we already be the guy that takes that thing down.
Yeah, well, because of that guy's been there before the war started, like, in the last couple of years, we know. I mean, the military knows what China's really doing.
Yeah.
And
But, I mean, then again, we also thought Iraq was one of the toughest militaries in the world.
wow, that was just.
Well, again,
that
on
was
paper it was.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
It was just.
Something
It is
China,
the fourth
yeah.
largest army.
And not only that, Chris, but that's what Iraq was saying, and we were more than happy to continue to relay that information so that we could take him out and be justified. That's why Colin Powell thought that, Saddam was all about the weapons of mass destruction. Come over here and it's going to be the mother of all battles. And so he put out a whole mess of propaganda that had us believing that was true, which unfortunately for him, we called his bluff and took him out.
Well, he did have WMDs, but that's for another story.
But not to the level that he was
Claiming.
sort of advertising. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, well, we were kind of the people who gave him.
Yeah, he had chemical
WMDs,
weapons.
so
well, we won't go there, like he says. Yeah. Well, that's another
true.
story.
That's for after the show.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll save this when me, Gavin, and Grant are the only ones left.
And anybody curious enough to step in, stay long.
And then Chris comes back from taking a shower.
Yeah. Hey, my wife had to go to bed, so I had to take a shower.
But hell, you got to model that stuff. Even if it's just a smoking hole in the Iraqi desert.
So, back really quick, Hive Mind. After watching that MiG-29 video, I would like to build, maybe not a MiG-29, but a MiG-25 and a MiG-21. So, in 1/48 scale, what kit recommendations that you guys?
Okay, before anybody else says anything, I've heard the Edward MiG-21 is great.
That's what I've heard too.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure.
I know a guy who designed it.
And there's several versions of it.
Which one? The MiG-25 or the MiG-29? What?
MiG-21. I want to build a 21 and I want to build a 25. I don't really care so much for the 29.
I'm just amazed Matt knows someone over there in Nagoyan Kovoyevich or whatever the hell that is.
Edard.
That'll
Oh,
work.
I'm sorry.
Good kit for MiG-25.
I know a Stan who designed the 21.
And a P40, right?
Model.
Well, Chris, I'm pretty sure you got two options. I'm pretty sure it's Hobby Boss and like one other company makes the
Or
MiG-25.
Trumpeter makes the MiG-28, 40, MiG-21 and 48. That's a Trumpeter.
So ICM, and then Brunel makes one. I would not buy an ICM kit though.
A MiG-25?
Me. Yeah, hold on. Let me look at the stalemates.
I think the MiG-25 is cool.
It is. ICM makes a really good MiG-25.
Okay, that's it. I see them then.
Nice.
I've yet to get one of their kits, but I hear just wonderful things about them.
Oh, actually, no. I think you should get the Eastern Express one.
Ooh.
No.
Oh. The old
That was
Toko.
fake tire guys.
It used to be Toko. I got a couple of...
Hawasaga makes one. It's an
Toko
old
World
tool
War
for Hawasaga though.
Well, on one of my, not that I have many tanks on my list, but there was an ICM M110 I was going to get, but now that they canceled it, maybe not.
Oh, what's that brand you bought the Skyhawk off? Magic Factory, they got one.
Magic Factory's got?
Magic Factory's got the M10 kit I've seen anyway.
Okay, yeah, maybe that was it.
Yeah, it looks like ICM's their only real,
MiG-25?
real option.
I'd like
Now,
to
if you don't, I mean, the MiG-31 is kind of the same thing, just updated. AMK has a MiG 31 and 48, and it is tremendous.
I was thinking about building the one that didn't the MiG-25 somebody defect and land in U.S. base in Japan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nope, never mind.
Japan.
You have one option. Kitty Hawk makes one.
Kitty Hawk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I thought they went out of business.
They
They did.
do.
Yeah, but you can still
Someone's
find them, though.
repopping them.
Yeah, I heard a bunch of people bought different chunks of it and they're repopping it. They're like helicopters someone bought.
That can be your discontinued group build.
Yeah. Oh, they don't
Yeah.
make well,
MiG's still around.
yeah, that's the thing. It's the company, not the or the aircraft itself.
The aircraft, yeah.
You
Or
have to build. I mean, there's a lot of World War II planes. The whole companies are gone too. You know.
Yeah. North
Who
America.
made the P-51?
North America.
Who made the Hell Diver? The piece of junk that.
Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis.
Yeah.
Are they still around?
Yep.
Curtis is
Curtis
around.
Wright makes engines.
Right.
Oh,
That's
okay,
right.
never mind.
They do DOD stuff too.
Wait a minute. Wait. When you say you talk about the model making company is
On the
discontinued
manufacturer
The manufacturer of the
of the
Sentinel.
vehicle.
Right.
of the real vehicle.
Yeah, of the real vehicle.
Pontiac. His example was Pontiac. It's gone, right? Pontiac's gone.
Oh.
So it would
And
have
like,
to be like
so-
Donald
so like,
Douglas, like my F4 I just built. McDonnell Douglas is gone, so is the F4.
Right.
I got you. I see. Oh,
But
There you
then,
go.
like-
One built for the whole year.
Now, for another example is that, let's see. So, one that you couldn't do, like, I know certain German tanks were built by BMW. BMW is still around, so those German tanks would not be allowed.
gotcha.
What about the Yugo? Can you build the Yugo? Does anybody make a model of the Yugo?
Probably.
Somebody has a 3D print body
Probably,
file.
yeah, download
The
from
one you could put on.
Cult.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
looking
something
at
else.
German tanks, and there's essentially nothing I can do because all of these brands just, or these manufacturers just had name changes.
Well, we said McDonnell Douglas is okay, even though it's Boeing, right?
Right.
Does McDonnell Douglas make the A4?
Douglas did.
Yeah.
Let's see. MAN is still around. Daimler-Benz is still around. Rheinmetall's still around. Krupp is still around. Henschel is still around.
Well, that's an interesting lineage there you guys mentioned.
Who made the Wildcat?
Grumman, but they're
Grumman.
Northrop Grumman now.
Right.
Yeah, see, that's gonna be because every one of those companies that's called discontinued was just bought out by another aircraft company.
Right.
For example, Douglas, okay, DC, the DC-6, 5, 4, 3. You know, then McDonnell bought that, and then Boeing bought McDonnell Douglas.
Right.
So you still can't build anything from Douglas because it was just bought by McDonnell, which was then bought by Boeing, right?
No, because it no longer exists.
The company
I thought somebody used an example of a company that bought another one, so they still can't make that tank.
Well, like I said, you know, like Mercedes-Benz built tanks. Mercedes-Benz still around.
Was that you, Gavin, that made the comment about not being able to build a German tank because
Julia.
Julian?
Yeah, they're like basically all of them are still around with the same, with the name in the name. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Like Grumman.
If McDonnell Douglas were still a company, then
but they're not anymore.
you could still build a DC-3 then.
Right.
Okay. So that's where that's where the legal mind is coming into play here. Can't quite grasp that. Okay.
So like I can't do anything Chrysler, right?
Right.
Because it's still technically okay.
So, man, you know what that means? That means Boeing is the only company that was making an airplane prior to World War One, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't do a B-17.
Why not? Because that was Boeing.
Yeah, they're still
Because
around.
Boeing's
though.
still around.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like in Seattle. They're making
Who
Boeing.
made the B-24 Liberator?
Consolidated. You could do them.
Are they gone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Get
But
yourself
you
can do
a
You can do a course there.
This is
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
Bots
Yeah, bots.
gone.
But, and
Oh, there you go. Might force myself to build a night fighter.
Yeah.
Or the upwing one. That way I can finish it faster because I won't have to be able to open up the... Because if I build that one with the wings down, I'm opening up the machine gun bay doors or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, question. Now, what if it was built by a person, but it was assembled by, like, you know, because we're talking communist here, right? So it's not necessarily, you know, it's too much to get into. It doesn't.
oh, you wanted to do Tu-4 that was the B-29, Boeing B-29, but copied by Russia as the Tu-4.
Yeah.
I mean, you still couldn't do that because
No longer
Tupolev is still around.
That's true.
Tupolev is still here. All of the Russian, when you think of Russian jets like MiG and all those, they're not the makers. They're the design bureaus.
Yeah.
They don't make them. The state
Well,
made them.
I don't think Policarpo is around anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to do a T-80 because the designer of the T-80 is, or the designer of it is dead, but the plant that built them is still operational.
Well, we're gonna have to ask the judge. Matt, what do you think about that? You got a designer bureau versus the actual maker of the design.
Right.
What
Matt's
do you think
ignored.
on that?
It's in the sun.
I'm pretty sure it is out of production too.
Can't talk,
T80?
concentrating.
Yeah, it should be.
The T-80, all the T-80 stuff was given to Ukraine. And
Yeah.
obviously, Ukraine's not in a tank making situation right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. T-80 was last produced in 2001 in a factory in Omsk, Russia.
That's where the T-80
And then it's-
came
And then it swapped to a Ukrainian company.
So Ukraine's in the tank receiving business right now from other countries.
Yeah.
That's right.
And from what I hear, they're not even using their tanks. Everybody's pulled them back on both sides because they're getting.
So is Antonov still in business? Even though they're
Yes. Antonov is still,
in a going concern. Okay.
yeah, they do heavy haul stuff. I mean, they're big. The 225 got burned. a couple
Yeah.
years
The grocery getters,
Yeah.
trash haulers, as we call them in the Air Force. I found this picture online and I saved it. It was on, I think it was on Facebook. It was a C5 Galaxy that was opened up in the front, and the body of a C-130 was being loaded into it.
Yeah.
That would make an awesome diorama or vignette, whatever the hell, you know. If you have to get in the same scale, and you just buy the C-130 and you tear the, you don't build it, right? You just build the body itself, no wings, no tail or nothing. But
There's been a bunch of memes on that, Chris, about the C, you know, where this one airplane comes from. It says, here's a C5 giving birth right now.
yes. Would it be a cool diorama for a model show?
Oh yeah, oh absolutely. Especially
No,
if you did 1/32 scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, take up my garage.
When they bring the C5 to Scott
Oh man.
and open it up, that's where you'll find people who are hot because it's so big. And they have both ends open. It creates its own draft.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some aircraft, man.
Yeah, there's a C5 and a C5 Galaxy and a Super Galaxy. I don't know what the difference is though.
Super Galaxies were rebuilt from the C5Bs.
Oh, gotcha.
Smaller than that Antonov.
Yep, smaller
Yeah,
than that.
but they fly every day. They're
I'm gonna
huge,
bail,
long
guys.
time.
We'll see you
All right,
again.
guys.
Considering there's only 2 of those Antonovs made, yeah, I guess so.
Take care, brother.
See you, man. See you next week.
Also,
Hey,
I'm
John.
also gonna go. So
All right.
happy 200.
All
I've
right.
been here for up past 50. So
What is the
Have a
witching
good time.
hour approaching here?
no, I've got thing I need
Trumpet
to take care of.
practice. Yeah, you got trumpet practice to get to.
And I'm doing that tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All
All
right.
right. See y'all later.
See you, Gavin.
Adios.
Bye bye. Model on.
Model on.
Oh no,
All right,
music.
dang it.
Hey, man, I'm gonna message you my phone number if you could do the same.
Okay.
So that when we're down in MOSCON, I can see where you guys are at. So
Okay.
that's okay with you?
That works,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so it's going to be me and Julian.
Yep.
So,
If I wasn't leaving the night before, I'd go with you guys.
yeah.
What is it? Just two of you in the MTM bus?
Yeah. That's why I said, Grant, if you want to come along.
Yeah. I have to get the cat to the vet on Saturday, and
Oh.
I gotta take care of another thing. Yeah.
So looking forward to going to this model show.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And,
Do you
Great.
ever-
The one you always like going to is Gateway and TigerCon in Columbia.
Yeah, those are.
I'd like to go to more. If you guys want to do more, that Iowa one or whatever, you know.
Yeah, there's the one in a couple weeks before ours that I'm looking at. It's only like 3.5 hours from here.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Well, IPMS is out on the East Coast near the Smithsonian and White Pat on the way home.
I don't know that I'm going to go to nationals this year. I'm just going to try to do as many of the closer shows this year.
Yeah.
But next year when it's in Indiana, I definitely am going to go.
Yeah.
Well, I looked at that as kind of the grand tour, so to speak. You go out to do IPMS for about 4 days, and then come back,
Yeah.
spend 3 days at Udvar Hazy, come
Oh,
home,
yeah.
stop 3 or 4 days.
USF Wisconsin's there, the
Yeah.
museum. If I
Just-
went there, yeah, my wife would probably come with me. And we'd
Take about
check it out.
2-week vacation,
Yeah. But if you guys want to go to more, I'm down with it.
Okay.
I just like, I mean, even if I don't take anything, I just like going to the damn show and looking at all the kits people build and
Yeah.
stuff you
Just
can
get
buy.
ideas.
Yeah, I know. And hang out with people. It's fun.
Right.
I mean, I'm taking 4 models this time, but I'm just throwing them on the table. I honestly care less if they win or not. I just like, because I don't really have that experience. So I thought,
You build them that rugged, you can just throw them on a table and they don't break.
well, that's the other thing, and that's going to be an experience for me. I got these little tubs from Walmart today and stuff, and
Yeah.
I got the way I'm going to pack them and stuff. I think I'm going to be okay, but that's kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how some people bring some people are bringing like 10 kits.
Or a ship that's really long or something, which
Yeah.
I'd like to build, but that would be impossible to transport.
They gotta rent trailers
Chris,
or
get some
special.
of this.
Yeah.
Just some of the soft foam like they use
Yeah.
for like upholstery. It's
Yep.
cheap, and airplanes will sit down in it,
Yeah.
and so they prevent them from rolling. So that's what I use.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not exactly the same thing, so don't hurt me or anything. It's not a model show, but there is another convention coming up in my neck of the woods down in Cape. It's a gaming convention.
I bought this polyfill stuff right here. It's for like pillows and stuff.
Uh,
And it's like, I put it in the bin and you set the airplane down and don't move at all.
Chris, one of the things you want to do with that is get some very light paper, like toilet paper, and
Yeah.
lay that down on top of that cotton stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what happens? The polyfill, you get
Yeah.
threads.
yes.
Yeah.
The
You
thread.
do.
Yeah.
When
Now,
you put the plane out, you gotta make sure it's all
Here's
up there.
something I've seen that's been working really good for up there at Mark Twain is on the paper shredders, you get the long strips.
Yeah.
Okay. Just get a whole big bag of that and then put like half the box. And then just gently set your model on top of that shredded paper. And
Yeah.
what happens is the model will sink into that,
Yeah.
and there won't be a point like on the foam the landing gear is going to be on the foam. So that is when the thing bounces, it'll bounce on the landing gear, and the landing gear will be bouncing into the foam, right?
Yeah.
So that energy is taken up just by those two wheels. Even though the foam's giving, you still have that acceleration down on those wheels. The thing about that shredded paper is the whole model is sitting on it. So when it bounces up and down, it's evenly supported, or a lot more supported than just on the two wheels on the foam.
It's kind of like the polyfill, but without the strings.
I think I'm just gonna.
Well, that's what I like about the shredded paper is that it doesn't leave the threads.
Right,
you don't
right,
have to have anything on top of the shredded paper, whereas you have to have something on top of the polyfill. The other thing that works really good is the plastic bags you get from like Schnucks or Deerbirds.
Yeah.
I've got like 1,000 of those. Yeah, Deerbird.
I work for Deerbird.
Well, there you go. And
I've got a couple hundred out of the store.
You take those and you flip them open and you just kind of just gently wad them up, put them in a box, and that does the same thing as the shredded paper. That's the secret, is that you don't want part of your model on something that even foam still allows it to bounce up and down. Okay, or move
You
around.
see those people go to crazy extents. They build like Jason stuff where they pinch the wings, and I'm just like, man, that's just too much.
Yeah, I've seen.
I mean, if I was shipping it or taking it on an airplane or something, but in the back of my truck, in my cab, I mean, it's gonna be okay. So.
Yeah, in fact, I bet there's some YouTube videos that you can find on.
I'm sure there's people that cut them out, like you do foam beds for like a rifle or tools or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A pelican case for your model airplane.
Yeah, that's as soon as you see that, you just gotta flip to the next video.
Like, yeah, I'm good.
Julian, you want to say something about how you're packing?
Oh yeah. A couple of my tanks have antennas on them, and I've realized with the things I've got for transportation, that's not quite going to work. So I'm gonna have to snap off the antennas of all the tanks that I'm bringing.
Oh hell no!
And I'll just bring a bottle of super glue, and I'll just glue them back in.
Wait.
Before I get there.
I'm bringing a toolkit.
These are vertical antennas, Julie?
Like antennas, like radio antennas on the back of them.
They're vertical. They're not sticking out the bottom or out the sides of the treads, are they?
No, but the boxes are a little too short. Like the Panther and Tiger, the antennas will not, what's it called? They won't fit.
I'm gonna bring quite
higher than the antennas. So cardboard, just glue some cardboard to the side of the box to extend the side of the box up so that it's protecting the vertical antennas.
Yeah, I could. But it's really not a big deal. So.
Really? Ooh, ouch.
I'm gonna bring quite the little toolkit.
Are you coming the night before, Julian, so you can do that in the hotel room?
No, I'll just wing it. I'll just do it at the table.
Ooh. That's a daring plan. What was that line out of the movie? Not a daring plan. That was. Oh, what the hell was that line? Oh gosh. Damn, I can't remember. But that's a daring plan, Julian.
No, it's fine. I mean, it'll be fine.
Just don't put the lids on.
Yeah, but that's a pain.
Snapping off all the aerials would be a pain too.
Yeah, because each one individually needs a few minutes to set, and that doesn't necessarily mean that it won't lean over when you're least expecting it. Or you walk away, and all of a sudden the antenna starts to kind of lean forward like a tree in the wind.
We have a club meeting next week too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My free shipping boat that I've whipped together in 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about mine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on right now.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
Ooh. What is that?
Oh, he's got the pencil. See, I had to knock all my lines off on my deck like that.
Yeah, look at that.
That's another place that would be really, really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm testing on.
What are you making, Matt?
The Kaga.
The Kaga?
Aircraft carrier?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yes, that's right. I just saw the top. It looked like a racetrack.
Yep.
Mine's been sitting on the shelf for
Yeah. I got it. Thank you. Yeah.
Here's my shenanigan.
Ooh. Ooh.
Looks pretty sweet.
Missing some parts that weren't in the box. Some support structures underneath, completely missing. Smashed aircraft, only got about half of them on there.
So
it seems
oh, wait a minute. Is George on YouTube or is he on? He's not on the Facebook interface, is he?
No. Let's see.
No, I mean, George usually does the YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's working. Remember?
Right. Well, when you said you ditched Facebook, I thought, oh, so much for George.
No.
But he does YouTube, so.
Yeah. Once we got off of Facebook, the issues went away.
Yep. So did Jim. What the hell happened to him?
Well, he thought he was the problem.
I couldn't understand why, but
yeah.
Maybe like you guys live in the same neighborhood and he was hogging the bandwidth because it's a shared.
What's he doing? Mining for Bitcoin or something?
I mean, back in the old cable modem days, at nighttime your neighborhood's on a hub, right? So it would slow up, and then during the day it'd be fine. But after 6 p.m., things would just go downhill.
Yeah,
I'm going to oversubscribe you.
Honey, go cut the neighbor's power. My cooking goes on.
You know, I'm trying to play a video game.
Modeling with the Mats is coming on soon.
No, I remember when my 3 kids lived here and they were into video games and they would be downloading a game. I'd be trying to watch Netflix or something and it'd start pixelating.
Yeah, get that spinner going.
Yeah.
So, and that was back in the days when you probably had to reset the router because it just.
Well, I mean, I was blocked. I had a router where I could block my ports after certain times.
Oh gosh.
That was before your kids got a little IT knowledge aware.
Yeah.
No matter if it's
You know, my dad used to do that when we were kids. Is to keep us watching TV, he'd pull a tube out of the back of the TV.
temporarily had the wing on, but now
I remember going to the grocery store and getting those tested the tubes with my mom.
Oh yeah.
Buying new ones.
Hey, did I hear Matt show up?
Yeah, he got here a while ago.
Man, that's a serious bench you got going on there, Matt.
What?
That's a serious bench you got going on there. You 3 people can build.
I know. And I got another spot right back there, and I got another spot over there, and my wife's got her bench back there. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
They really
Family
the crafts together, stays together.
Yeah. So.
I'm gonna probably rip mine out. I have a table set up over here where my air booth is. It's just a table from Costco or something, right? But I'm gonna make it all wood eventually.
Mine is very confused on what it wants to be because it's half gaming setup and it's
Yeah.
You know, Chris, set your bench up for efficiency and easeability of use, and don't worry about making it look pretty.
Yeah, I know. This is plywood right here, but I'm gonna replace it so they're all the same. I'm gonna lower it too, so the whole thing. And I think I'm gonna build my own air booth, even though I have that Peacekeeper, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's nice, but I want a bigger one. And I think there's plans out there on some website. I forget the name of it, but I'm just gonna build one. I have a duct on the side of the house that I had someone install for me, so I'll just plug it in. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out when I'm gonna retire. So
When you can retire.
well, that's the whole thing. I'm getting close. I'll be 59 later this year. And
Man, I'm telling you what. I'm thinking nowadays, if anybody wants to retire today, they better have $1 million in some investment account somewhere.
I've been shoving 15% in my 401k since I was 28 or something.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be surprised how fast that kind of starts to
Oh no, everything's about I mean, I'm going through all these different calculations. I mean, it kills you when you're like later in your career and I'm making really good money, and it's like you turn that faucet off instantly the day you quit.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a calculation. It's really easy if you're diligent to prepare to save up. But there's so many different ways you get into retirement, like Medicaid, Social Security, and Roth versus traditional. I mean, it's just all how to roll stuff over and how much to take out. Well, it's 10 times harder than just save.
Well, best of luck to you, sir. I know you'll get it figured out.
Well, the help of a financial advisor.
Yeah,
Every time you also got a factor as the financial advisor, he takes more money.
I know he does, and I don't got one yet. It's YouTube for now, but eventually I need some. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Read a book or two, I guess. Right?
My grandparents got one.
Oh, I know. Lots of my friends have it, and they tell them how to. But they do take a certain percentage. That's how those people make money. I mean, banks have nice buildings because they have your money.
Not wrong. He's not
Oh,
wrong.
I'd never
Exactly.
trust the banks.
I know. I go downtown, all the big bank buildings and stuff, like towers, and you're just like, what?
Yet
Good
somehow I
business.
wouldn't trust a bank that looked like a crack house.
That's good. That was good.
I guess it's time for me to restart my router.
Oh my God. And I already,
Matt, that whatever you're painting there, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, from far away. It's that 3 foot thing where it looks good at 3 feet, and then when you get closer, you're like, oh. And then you get really
I'm
close.
talking
like,
about Kenzie, sorry.
oh.
Matt number 3.
Oh.
Matt number 3, whatever that
Yeah.
figure he has is just awesome.
It's a custom piece from, well, it'll be for Warhammer, but this is commission work for a guy I know.
Yeah, I could do that.
Here's one. All the way done,
Look at that.
actually. Maybe
I'd love to do commission work for tanks, but it takes me too long to build them. So people would be very unhappy with
I would
me.
never do it. There's no way I would do it. I built so slow compared to everybody else.
That's what I'm saying. It took me 3 months to get one tank done. 4.
That Phantom, I've been working on it since December 26th, and the only thing I did on besides that was that free shipping hunk of junk that. But other than that, it's just straight Phantom. That took
Julian?
What's up, Grant?
So are you guys getting these messages about your network is
No.
overloaded? And I'm getting that kind of flipped through all these thumbnails here about the net.
That's that Google Hangouts telling you your bandwidth is choppy.
You got a bunch of tabs open.
Is your cat downloading video games?
Hey, Chris. Also,
Cat.
thank you. I appreciate the
Oh, you're welcome. That's nice
kind
work.
words. The modeling side of things. I've told the 2 Matts and a lot of people on the show before is really my secondary wheelhouse and pretty limited in that regard. That's why you basically only see me work on Gundam. Excuse me, sorry.
I think
But
this is,
no, the painting I've been doing for a number of years.
yeah.
That's what I really like about that. Not to say that I don't like the build process,
Okay.
but with figures.
I wonder if that was a
and
global
everything
thing or
like
if that was
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Well, it's been way too long.
Yeah.
Yep.
A nice little de-stress kind of thing and all that.
Yes. I've been very stressed lately.
Yeah. That's why modeling helps you de-stress. So you get stressed at something else, being like, why is this not doing this? So,
Yeah. Different kind of stress.
Get stressed out about something else.
Most of the time it makes me de-stress, but when you get down to I'm gonna paint my canopy and glue it on.
Yeah.
You pull the masking tape off and you hope nothing leaked underneath.
What do you do in case of that? Do you guys just get a toothpick and sit there and scrape at it, or?
Yeah. With,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I
I normally start cussing.
yeah.
That's first. And then I start troubleshooting where I can fix it at.
I go, how screwed am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, the most effective method for me is I lick the end of the toothpick, make it wet, so you don't scrape the glass, and that seems to do the best. It'll chip it off. It'll usually chip it off, but if it's a ton, you know,
If you put thinner on that toothpick, it'll cloud the cockpit, right?
I would
Yes.
never
It'll
try.
cloud the glass.
I'll let somebody else tell me if that does or not. I even test alcohol before I on my P61 clear glass because I want to get the whatever my fingerprints or whatever off there before I put the tape on, so the tape sticks better.
You know, I found when I was brush painting the camouflage, it's a lacquer base coat and a lacquer primer, right? So I could use like the alcohol-based thinners, like the AK 3rd Gen thinner,
Yeah.
and I was able to wipe away the acrylic paint and do absolutely nothing to the lacquer underneath.
Yeah.
Made
like-
by
oh,
so easy. I mean, I've spilled lacquer thinner on a model before. Obviously, I did not touch it or like wipe it up. I just let it dry, and it was fine too.
Yeah, I will. From experience, if you get glue somewhere or whatever, just let that dry because sometimes it dries and disappears, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you for having me.
All right, man.
All right.
Thanks for coming, Teddy.
It was good to see you guys.
Yeah, you too.
Teddy gonna be at the September get together?
Of course. Teddy, you gonna be at September 1?
What day is it on?
The
13th
13th of September?
September.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. We'll keep you posted.
Okay. It's a maybe.
All right, Matt and Chris, you guys see me at MOSCON, and I'm walking out with a dragon model
Alright,
kit.
Good to see you guys.
You told me that you put that on the tape.
See you guys soon.
Why? They're too hard.
No, I'm sick of dragon.
Dude,
I'm boycotting the
Dragon.
company.
It seemed like it was. They make it very complex unnecessarily. Is how I feel.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. I've been boycotting them because they refuse to make any new tools. So every Facebook post I see about them, just, opening up the old molds and then throwing in a metal barrel and calling it good. I just love leaving hate on their Facebook page. It's my new favorite.
Poppin' or whatever they call it.
Yeah. And I love arguing with people who are diehard Dragon fanboys.
I built one of their ships, 1/700 scale, and it was so complex compared to everything else. So, and then I heard like their tanks are the same way, and I'm just like, details, but hard.
Yeah, I mean, this is just Dragon. I mean, it looks good, but
They make a lot of armor, don't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Apparently,
They obviously
oh, okay.
photo etch tool clamps and everything like that, because got to do that on every model, at least. But I mean, in terms of the plastic parts, it's not bad.
It looks good. I was looking at to see if there was a 1/350th USS Ohio, and apparently Dragon made one at one time, but they stopped making it, and now people are selling it for like $300. There's no other model out there. Forget that.
Yeah, they disappeared during COVID, and then they decided, oh yeah, let's just throw everything with some extra photo etch, and then everybody can forget about how bad the instructions, how bad the fitment and everything is. Like, and it's like, come on, like you're letting like Dryfield Models, every other armor model company just take you over by like 10 years in terms of everything they're doing. It's like, I don't know. I want them. It makes me want them to go out of business. Because all their good model kits, they don't you got to buy them from other people anyway. So it's like, sure, hope they do.
George says he's back now. He says, I have the Dragon YF-23, and that I should use for the second lighter Black Widow. So.
Oh, what scale is that, George?
I think probably 148.
Oh, I bet that's a pretty good model. YF-23 is on my list, especially after Jordan did his. It looked so nice.
You know, Georgia requirement before you build it, you got to go leave at least one hate comment on their Facebook. Please.
Great, you're back.
Yeah.
How's your internet? Did you reboot your router?
No, I did close the browser though.
Windows.
Yeah, I got some issues down here. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I'm gonna reset the router later on tonight, and the modem. Spectrum isn't really reliable anymore.
Yeah, I did Spectrum.
Well, let's see. Yep. Dragon just posted something. Let's leave a hate comment. Look at this. I mean, look at this. This is complete, you know, B to the S. This is a kit tooled from 1988, and they're just throwing in a metal barrel and a copper tow cable, and then it's like updated, brand new kit. And it's like, no, it's not. Same piece of junk it was back in 1988.
So you just go on scale mates, and it's from 1988, and it'll say new box cover or new parts.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, look at this in this one thread. Where are the resin heads for the figures? This is 2025, not 2001. Please upgrade your kits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to leave another comment.
That's funny though, Matt. When you when they asked about the second build for the year, and you said discontinued, I'm like, what? They're not going to do it?
Is anybody watching Andor?
No.
I just finished it today.
It's a
Netflix.
That's a summertime thing for me.
It's a Disney Channel or wherever you get it, but I love Andor. I love
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Rogue One or whatever that movie was, which is it was probably
one of the best.
Yeah.
Post.
And Andor is so good. So good. It's so funny because
Best Disney-owned movie.
Yeah.
For Star Wars, for sure.
Yeah, what's that? What do you say?
Best Disney-owned Star Wars, probably of
Yes,
all.
yeah. Yeah, it's so funny because they spend, apparently, and you can tell, they spend so much more money on Andor that, you know, the writing, the cinematography, whatever you want to call it, it's like a movie versus like, you know, Boba Fett or something like that, or...
You know, I actually really like the Obi-Wan series, though.
I'm not
I thought that
married
was
to
kind
it.
of cool.
I did like the Obi-Wan, but it just felt cheap at times, like the sets.
Yeah, I agree.
Versus Andor feels like a full-on movie.
But the scenes with Vader and Obi-Wan, those were good scenes. But
Yeah,
whenever it was just like the side characters or whatever, it was crap.
Yeah. You can tell where they spent the money.
Yeah.
And I watched Clone Wars with my sons back in the day, and I loved Clone Wars. I felt like that Anakin could act better in Clone Wars than he could on the screen. And I was kind of bummed when Osaka came out on Disney because I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of that character, the actress they picked. She didn't do it justice, in my opinion, but that's just me.
Right.
I'm used to the animated one, and she was just, I don't know. I heard they're doing a Darth Maul series. Hopefully they do that good.
Probably
I
not.
would watch that because I'd rather enjoy his character, even though he's only on screen for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Feel
He
like
was
they
in
did
Clone
it.
Wars, and he was excellent in Clone Wars, especially the last season. I mean, that stuff's written really well, but it's animated. But
Right.
it was.
That's my only gripe about it.
I have a hard time paying attention to animated stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. And
I don't
there's
know
a lot of
why. I
times-
mean, it's just as
But-
interesting as live action, but
Chris,
Yeah.
you want to see some Star Wars minis?
Yeah, throw it up there, buddy.
Sure.
I'll show them and then I'm gonna hop off.
All right. I'm gonna
All
probably
right.
get it. Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
That does look nice. Look at General Grievous there with his multiple. Yeah, that's really good, buddy.
Dude,
That is amazing. Look at that.
I'm gonna put this on full
Nice.
screen.
That is sweet.
So
Is
these
that,
are pieces
Star Wars
for
Legion?
It is Legion,
Okay.
and he
Okay.
came with different armaments. So I've got the tiniest little magnets
Oh, yeah.
in his arms so that we can.
Oh yeah, pose him differently.
There's a guy, Prime Model Works on YouTube, that when he builds aircraft, all of his weapon stores, like missiles and stuff, are all using magnets like that.
Ooh.
Dude. Stronger.
And he ships them to people.
maybe I lost that door handle somehow.
That's sweet.
What's up with those battle droids too? Check it out. Oh look, there's Darth Maul himself. That is amazing. Like you can see his horns and all that.
Kit at home.
Did you paint the eyes?
Yes, sir. I don't know if you can see it.
I have yet to paint any figures. The eyeballs, mine would look like googly eyes.
Hey Matt, are you related to Rick?
I don't know who that is.
Does Rick Keesley show up to those Mark Twain meets?
Keesley, sorry. Yeah.
What about one of your battle droids there? You got 3 or 4 of them down there. Oh no, I'm sorry, not the ones that roll. What are they called? But that looks good too.
Droid destroyers?
Yeah.
Droidicas.
Droidicas, yeah. Look at that.
That's cool.
That's totally cool. Look
Now,
at
now, who made the models?
Try again.
Who made those?
It's a company called Atomic Mass Games.
Was this used for a game? Oh yeah. There you go. That's the special guards, right?
They're called Magna Guard.
Yeah.
What's the rough price on those average?
This set, some of these are extras, but the starter one-player set was like 120, 150,
Wow.
and you do have to assemble all of it. So
So get
like,
recast. They're no longer made, and now they're worth $500.
no, you can still get these.
Find me a Q-tip
Oh, okay.
by chance. Q-tip.
You got some Spider-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes, I remember that guy.
Holy cow.
and then I've also got them magnetized so you can swap out there. So now this is a flamethrower.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's sweet.
Oh, you probably can't see it. Sorry guys.
No, I
I'm
can see it.
trying.
There you go. Well, just the tuber on the side too.
That's sweet.
Talk about Clone Wars. All this stuff's in there all the time, you know.
Yeah, that's why I thought about it.
Yeah.
There's one more. I've got one of the tanks.
Okay. Oh yeah, the tanks. Yes.
This guy's serious.
I missed a tank.
Are you using those other markers? Those Amazon markers? Pat?
I did, and then I decided to use some panel line accent. I kind of went a little crazy, so we're trying to fix it now.
What?
How did the,
Oh, wow.
Tank. I remember those tanks.
Nice.
How the
Yoda
Amazon
on them,
markers
destroying them. Yeah, that's good.
how the Amazon markers work, Matt?
Pretty
That's
good.
tank. Thanks
Pretty
for sharing
good.
that.
Pretty good as compared to the AK?
I haven't tried the AK ones yet. I just got them the other day.
Do not buy them from Schaefer's. Let me tell you,
Is that the
they're all
game?
dried out. They are all dried out.
Oh,
Really?
that's the starting cut.
Yeah.
The AK markers are?
If you buy them from Schaefer's, yes. Every single one I bought and I bought basically the whole range from them. Most of them are dried out.
Whoa.
Is that an additional kit there, Matt?
This is just the back of that box,
Oh, good, good.
so you can see what comes
Oh,
in
does
it.
it come with the tank? Oh, it comes with the tank too.
Yeah,
Oh, so that's the $150 one.
yeah, yeah.
That's pretty good for what you for what you get.
Yeah, it's just a lot of tedious, fiddly assembly.
Yeah.
These Droidicas especially,
Yeah.
I really did not enjoy them.
Yeah,
Sure,
but
but,
paint them all. So
Sorry, I was focused on what I was doing and not looking at the chat. So George said his YF-23 from Dragon was 172nd. He also said that Ravel and Itellery are doing repops of the Black Widow.
okay.
He also agrees that Andor is better than Mando.
Apparently, but yeah.
Oh yeah, George, that looks nice.
Did George? Somebody join the? Is it
Yeah, George is on here showing his Star Wars minis.
Oh, there's George. Ah, sweet.
Oh, there you go. Check it out.
George, you're upside down.
Yeah, you're upside down, George. Flip her around.
I gotta get on there. Oh, it's too late. I'm gonna miss it. No, this is recorded on YouTube. I'll see
You
it.
don't want it. Oh, there you go.
Perfecto.
Nice setup there, George.
Yeah, yours is way cleaner than mine will ever be.
I know. It looks like an office desk almost.
Yeah, seriously.
With his iPad and oh, check it out. Oh yeah, there you go. With the minigun.
Ah.
Holy cow, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Which George?
George,
Is
if
this
you're
Steve
speaking, we
George?
can't hear you.
Yeah, yeah, you can understand that thing.
That's 1, 2, 3.
Can you test me now? Can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yeah,
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 we hear you now. We got you.
Yeah. So you know all that color detail you need to paint on clone troopers. That's where I got bogged down and stuck at
yeah.
because there's so much work. All the different the different teams of. You probably know all the lore. I don't. But yeah, you got me inspired, Matt. So I've got. Hang on, where's Luke? So Zenithal Luke. That was Luke with his So I got all those box sets. I got loads of Legion, but this is as far as I got. A clone army and a droid army. So yeah,
The starter kit, right?
yeah, the starter kits. But I've got like I go to my hobby store and I just buy the the characters individually as I was going along. So I've got them all in my backlog. But yeah, really cool. Love the fact. I love that you've just finished all yours with basing and everything. It's amazing to see.
I know. With the
Yeah.
little grass and stuff. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, crazy.
I was going for the Naboo battlefield from episode 1 because that's where all the, I don't know if you saw the White Rock, but that's why I had that in there.
Yeah, so all my guys were so that's one base trooper. So I had the kind of the reddish sand, I think it's from the Clone Wars movie.
Yeah.
Looks like the little rocks and things.
Gonna say.
Yeah.
Here's my contribution right here. All the work I did. I pulled it out of the package and put it on.
Yeah. Are those the Unleashed series? There was like these figures that were or are they? Do you know what line of product those are from, Chris?
So I love this. This is the last episode of the Clone Wars where her and Rex are fighting all the Order 66 troopers, and I'll find out what it is. It's because you can buy one half. Hold on, let me see. No, it says made in China. Her arm fell off. But you can buy. I bought first Ahsoka because I really like her, and then I bought the Rex one because. And I think they were roughly, I don't know, $100 a piece. But and this is the platform they're on is she in that scene she takes both of her lightsabers and goes around in a circle, and the whole metal floor drops to the next level so they can escape.
Yeah.
So And that's why I bought. I just love that show a lot. So, but yeah, I'll find out what it is because it's some toy company basically. I mean, you can.
Amazing seeing the base there. Like that's a really cool concept.
Yeah. That's you can see where she cut through the metal and it's hot and orange on the side. You know? Yeah.
Because McFarlane used to do that. There was like a Conan range of figures they released, and they had these battles between two opponents, and the bases were kind of split, and you could create a diorama out of the packet. It was really cool. Yeah.
And Rex came with his a head if you wanted the helmet off so you could see his face, but in the scene he had his helmet on.
Yeah.
And she was blocking all the shots from the Order 66. The people that worked for Rex turned on him, and they had to fight their way out of it. Anyways, I did nothing to this other than put it together.
Okay.
Well, they both ran away.
This is
Ooh.
Oh, we got a Django pet.
These are about $20 a pop.
Oh man, I gotta get one.
Oh, Django and Boba. Oh.
Yeah, and these were like there was a series called Star Wars Unleashed, and I saw these in the shop. I was like, geez, that's cheap. And then Chewbacca's got his bowcaster thingy. He's pretty cool with all the fur flying. So yeah, they're So when I see things like this on sale, like I'll grab them because they're pretty good value. But I haven't seen these for a while. That's why I asked, because they're a similar scale to the ones you showed, Chris.
Yeah, and you're right. If you don't get those things when they're new, they stop making them, or they just go way up in price.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. But it's cool to see Mark 3 on with I've been watching all your painting off to the side because I've just been in a yeah, it's been great.
Well, I appreciate it. I started and I was built. I'm like, hold on, let me finish my train of thought. This here Gundam was a pretty elaborate kit, a birthday present of mine this year, and I was almost done building it. And I'm like, I got to save some kind of modeling for the 200th episode. So I finished it up, but then I'm like, oh, well, I'm done. But then I had a lot to paint, so I started painting instead.
Is that a PG?
It's not. This is a master grade version KA. They're just like the next class up. This is a Zeta. I don't know if you know anything about that.
Nope, I just know the different grades.
Yeah, so I've actually got, this isn't going to work. Right here, this is a HG, so this is a high grade. And these are 144. And this is a 100. And then I've got the only PG I've ever done, and that was last year, I think. Give me a second. Pan over here. Can you see this guy?
He's Louise. The thing's giant.
Epic.
So I've gone handheld. Give me a second.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And those are 172nd, right? The PGs?
The PGs are 160.
Oh, okay.
And I actually recently found a couple kits earlier, first time I'd seen them, and they're actually a 148 scale. They're only like a high grade level quality, but they're just an astronomically tall kit. So
I put a link in the chat, George, for it's a company called Kotobukiya.
Kotobukiya. Yeah, I've seen those around. Yeah, they're really cool. Yeah.
They make a bunch of Game of Thrones stuff too. So, but they have like Darth Maul and all kinds of like really cool.
I think I've got one of theirs. The AT driver.
Yeah.
He's just standing there in a neutral pose with his gun. It's really cool.
Yep.
Tell me about it. So that's I just saw that one special somewhere. I didn't know anything about that brand, but it's really cool.
Yeah, neither did I. Somehow I saw it somewhere, and I'm like, oh, I gotta have that. My daughter bought me the Ahsoka, then I bought the Rex. So,
Yeah.
because we watched all that together. So,
It's awesome.
Yeah. Koto Bukiya is another model making company like Bandai. So they specialize in a lot of the Japanese type things, but then they have their figure lines also.
yeah. So that's where that came from. That's one of their figures. I mean, it's like I said, pre-painted. You gotta snap the arms on. You could choose, like, change move the arm a little bit, or put the pistol in the holster or his hand, that kind of thing. So. All right, well, I'm gonna take off. Matt, congratulations.
Oh my gosh, Chris, before you leave, I gotta show everybody this. All right? Hold on.
Everybody's got one last thing.
That. Congratulations, Matt. For your
Thanks.
All right, can everybody see?
Yeah, everybody can see.
Not yet.
What are we looking at here? Oh, you doing? Yeah.
All right, I gotta show you guys this. This is hilarious. All right, everybody ready?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so I was playing my tank game, right, and my teammate, he was pushing me, trying to push me into this guy, so I ended up pushing into him so that he shoots my teammate, and then I can just...
What game is that?
War Tanks.
That's War Thunder.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, sorry, I just had to show that. I've been laughing about that all day.
Was that inside like some warehouse or something? Because you could see the shadowing of all the
Yeah,
It wasn't a glitch. It wasn't a game glitch or something. That's an actual area of the terrain, was it?
Yep. So it's a map called Abandoned Factory. So there's a bunch of like warehouses and everything you can go inside of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, my teammate, he was trying to push me in this guy's way, so I backed up, and then I pushed him in front of him.
So it wasn't fratricide, but it was fratricide.
Yeah.
It happens.
All right, fellas.
All right. See you, Chris.
I'll see whoever on Saturday.
See you on Saturday.
All right, take care, everyone.
See you, man. Bye.
Yeah. There, Chris.
Bye, Chris.
So Matt, just a question. Have you ever built anything by night models?
I have not.
No. Okay. They make the Batman game.
Oh, okay.
And the
I've
Harry
heard
Potter.
of it. I've seen it. I haven't.
The
messed with
sculpts
it.
are all resin. So there's like, I was picking up, I think they're going like, our local hobby store stopped stocking them, so I got these at less than half price. It was like a,
Oh, wow.
A really cool pose.
Yeah.
And I bought the starter set, like, the Joker in it. I was wondering if you painted any, because I haven't started these yet.
I mean, I have not. I'm certain the guy that I'm painting these Warhammer figures for also said he has a bunch of Batman, so I'm certain it's those. That being said, you said they're resin models. I'm assuming you've painted resin models before.
A few, yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't expect much different. You know what I mean? It probably, I don't know, I'd say probably really the only main difference is going to be how easy they are to assemble.
Yeah.
But the painting experience should be about the same.
Yeah, they're a larger scale, so it should be a lot easier to paint. Yeah. Just I noticed you've also got those Army Painter Fanatic. Are they the Fanatic paints you have on your desk there? Yeah, how are you finding them? Because I haven't bought any yet.
He's too busy.
Do you use a wet palette?
Okay.
I said, do you use a wet palette?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah, I do use a wet palette.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, I think they're pretty good. Hold on just a second. I'll get my camera back on, my light back on.
Do they separate on a wet palette? Some people, some brands do.
They can. I guess it really just depends on how long you're going to leave it for, right? So, I mean, if you're working with it pretty quickly, it'll be fine. But like, I'll leave mine for a day, and I don't know how to define that. They will separate over time, but I don't use large quantities of paint at a time either. I'm always afraid that I'm going to make my paint run out, so I just do little bits. But I'd say overall, they're a super nice paint. The only gripe I would have is that they are not all thinned to the same consistency. So some of them will be thicker than others. I'd say most of them are, all of them are workable. I haven't seen any out of the dropper that are too watery, but there are some that are just a tad thick. But then again, if you're working with wet palette, then it doesn't really matter. But it helps you, the way they've got the bottles painted. Come on, get in focus. It'll show you, they have their funny name on the front, so crystal blue, but then, you know, it's in the vivid blues range, and it shows you, you know, where this is on that scale. So then I can come next to Imperial Navy. You know, they're both, I don't know how well I can get this to show for you guys. I've got it handheld again. Yeah.
Couple piddly things.
So they're both vivid blues, but it shows you like where they fall on the scale. So it just makes a lot of like
So how'd you smoke the front?
your guesswork.
Black?
I spray painted the inside of it flat.
They're super loud.
I taped the front, so overspray
So,
the front.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Did that answer your question, George? I like them.
Yeah, no, it does. I can see the scale on the bottles there. That's really cool. Yeah, because I used to I bought some older army painter paints, you know, the original one, and they were really thick. And I haven't touched it. It's almost unusable.
Conveniently put the tab,
Oh, really?
the sprue hold-ons right here.
Yep.
You know, that's the problem I have is I find that my paints, for some reason, on my wet
Can't
palette, they
sand it too
separate
much, 'cause
so
then it'll
quickly.
be
I'm always
narrow.
mixing them back up.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta put,
yeah,
see if I can put that on.
I
If not,
started with a company called Formula P3,
technically that's good.
and I really liked those, but they're in pots.
Gosh, it don't really fit. The
Right.
front end
No. Yeah.
needs to
And
compress
so,
more, but it won't.
I really
Force it.
I really liked these for a long time, but now that I switched to wet palette, I like all the dropper bottles. You know what I mean?
Ordered. I need to check my
And
donor
so
dash for
I've got
silver door handle.
Army Painter, I've got P3,
And a
this
distributor that
is
should have
more Army Painter and some Vallejo, and I've got a ton of Vallejo and some AK and more Army Painter.
How wet do you keep your wet palette?
That's a great question, and I can't say that I'm an expert on the matter. But what I'll do is I'll get my sorry, hold on. Here's my wet palette. It's also Army Painter.
I wish I would have got the Army Painter
Right.
one.
So it's got a little brush holder,
Oh yeah, I've got the same wet palette.
and then here's the one I've been using. There's just a, well, you probably are asking because you have one, so I don't need to explain to you how it works.
Yeah.
But I'll get my sponge soaked, and then put it in my tray, and then I'll tilt it up to the side and kind of give it a squeeze. And whatever runs out, and then it's pretty much good to go. I hang on to mine for probably way too long. I'll let mine sit maybe even a week, and I would not recommend that. But what'll happen is it'll of course start to dry out, and I'll just throw more water into it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't know. I've had the
that's
same white.
the best I can
for
say, I
over a
guess.
year.
And like I said, I don't think that I'm an expert on the matter.
Yeah, I'd say I do about the same thing, but I don't know. I have a problem. It's just my AK third gen paints. They just separate so quickly, but
Yeah.
I can't seem to figure it out.
Yeah, where'd you go, man?
Schaefer's today.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like the AK for
Distributors.
like the vibrancy of the colors.
Yeah.
But I do feel like they are a little less opaque, a little more transparent than I would typically prefer. But I have not enjoyed any AK product I've gotten. It's a sweet set, George.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking, because for me, this is my brush painting benchmark. Like, so it'd be nice to know, to compare. Like, it'd be great to buy some army painter to see if I like them more than these, because I do enjoy AK third gen. I've got,
I feel like they go on so well.
yeah,
Yeah,
not so much for your brushing, but mainly for brush painting, for minis. They're pretty good. Yeah.
yeah. Like I said, I've got three. I had bought 3 or 4 color sets of AK, and they're neglected more than I want them to be. It's not intentional. It just kind of is how it runs. But I like them. I think they work great.
I've got loads of minis in various stages of completion. But this was the gold. This was the gold, AK gold from that set. And I airbrushed. It's really low res. Difficult to see.
That's airbrush? Man.
Yeah, I airbrushed all the golds first, and they went on super smooth. And then I, painted all the details. But I was working my way through. It was a Partworks magazine that came with all these Stormcasts. So I haven't completed them yet. But so it was a mix of AK and GW. Because I was following their paint guides. But yeah, I think I enjoy painting larger figures because I came from mainly painting the Lord of the Rings range. You know that range? Because they're a lot smaller in scale, and that was frustrating but cool. So yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see your work. So you were which figure? Because I didn't get a chance to see which figures you were painting earlier in the stream. What was that? There's some kind of warrior guy that you're. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it was 40K. It was all 40K. Cool. Yeah.
It is, but it isn't. So there's a guy. I don't know if he has his own website or what it is, but he's Atlan Forge, and he makes his own 3D sculpts, and you can buy the figures. And so maybe you've heard of the Space Marines chapter called Carcharodons, but they're basically themed after sharks. And so these are miniatures that this guy Atlan Forge made that are specific to Carcharodons. So you can see the shark and kind of navy motifs, the anchors, and there's shark teeth and stuff. So they're specifically made just for that faction, and I think they're stinking awesome.
Are they 3D prints, like resin
They
prints?
are. Yeah, they're resin prints.
Oh, yeah, it looks really. You couldn't tell the difference between that or. Yeah, really cool. I thought it was legit GW. Like I was looking at it going, wow, that's just so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks just like it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
70.
So.
Sorry guys.
What they consider 3D sculpted?
The Matt's on the stream. We can talk minis because you haven't been on for a while. It's really cool.
Yeah, I really need to get off, honestly, which is such a shame. But
yeah, I'm gonna get back to work too, and I'm sure the oh, you dropped your email in there. Cool, awesome.
Well, it's my Instagram, but I can get the email as well.
Oh yeah, Instagram. Sorry, I didn't know what it was. I'll look that up. I'll send you a link to that guy's store. He's got a Gundam store. It's out of this world. Like. He's trying to recreate Japan outside of Japan. He's created this walk-in Japanese experience, and he's got all the only hits that he sells are what do you call them? Japanese import
Car on the
cars,
box, blue, yellow,
London,
or
some Macross, a bit of
GT,
Tamiya.
yeah, I don't want it. I
So you walk
definitely
in there
don't.
and it's like, wow, this is, and he's built all the shelving himself. It's really cool. So I'll send you a video to that.
I'd have
To
to look at
store for a ride club builds. I've just found it by accident.
GT kit.
It's up the road from me. Didn't even know it existed. So you'd be interested in that because I heard you're running a business of some kind. I think you were selling
That's the only
something.
one that's
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I started, you can see my little logo there. That's the logo for my company called Nuclear Nerd.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I started off by selling tabletop games, and then I realized that I could buy through one of my suppliers the Bondi kits as well.
Yeah.
So
So
that's why
this
I have
guy,
all the kits and all the games that I have is because I basically buy them for myself, more or less.
See you guys later. Gotta go. Got a cat.
See you, Grant.
Yeah.
Adios.
you know. Oh yeah, so you might be interested in this guy's interview because he talks about starting up his hobby store at the start of COVID and all the struggles he's had. But then business boomed because everyone was again.
And it's
So it's a great video. I'll send it to you. Actually, I'll link it now.
Yeah, please do. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for chatting me up so much, George. I appreciate it. And like I said, I do need to go, regrettably. But Matt's, congratulations again. 200 episodes. Super cool.
Thank you.
Glad I could make it. I didn't
Glad
want
you
to
could
miss it.
too. Glad you need to pop in a little more often. Yeah, especially if the mini thing and George is into it, and I do some of them and all that. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
appreciate you coming in.
Like I said, you gotta come down to the convention. It's at the end of the month, man.
I will have to see on what we're doing that weekend. So
Yeah, but I will see you guys in September, though.
yes,
So that'd be
definitely in
good.
September, man.
Yeah, last day of school coming up.
Yeah, last day of school is coming up, so a lot of crazy stuff this week. So, but
Yeah,
All
you
right,
have
well-
to debrief.
Thanks
Yeah.
and take care. We'll talk to you guys later.
all right, see you, Matt. See you, Matt
Bye.
3. Model on, man.
You too.
Yeah.
All right, we're bailing out too. It's pumpkin time for us. So let's see, Julian. I'll send you my address later on, probably tomorrow, so you know where we're at on
Alrighty.
Saturday.
Sounds good.
Okay. And George, thanks for joining us. Thanks for popping in. I'll let you get back to work.
Yeah. Congrats,
And,
guys. Awesome to be here.
Yeah, it's been a great 200th episode. We were talking and chatting it up tonight. We did get to the 1990s of the best songs of 1990. So we'll get that next week, and on episode 201. So hard to believe. Two Mustangs ago. You both
200 episodes ago.
200 episodes ago. Two.
Were we filming that during that?
I don't think so yet.
Probably not.
So
I wouldn't know what the first models we were working on when we started the show.
yeah, I'll have to go back and look, but
'Cause I was probably on the third or fourth car by then.
Yeah.
I think.
because we did that buddy build of I did the 73 and you did the 70 Boss.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah.
And then I think the second one after that was the first CUDA.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
think we were filming during that either.
I don't know.
I know I had that Huey that died.
Yep.
It was around that time too.
But
Maybe the purple Challenger, the first purple Challenger,
maybe Purpleishes.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's what it's been like. So kind of cool, kind of crazy. So it's been a ride, and can't wait to see what else happens. So
See, I got
Thank
more in the stash yet, so
yeah, I got a whole thing. So see you guys, and we will see you next week. Model on. I'm Matt.
I'm Matt.
You've been watching Mod the Mats with the Hive Mind. Model on, guys. See you later.